Welcome people to King David Ministries. Please like, share, subscribe. Click the bell to receive all my latest content. Praise high, the living creator. Please, if you haven't already, please go to the recap first, then watch the introduction, and then come back and watch this main lesson for Sunday. Bro, the show for the living creator. This is for the widow, the needy, the outcast, the stranger, the homeless, those suffering injustices. Praying for the end to come soon. Praise higher, the living creator, forever and ever. Praise higher. So I say thank you to the kind people in the community. Thank you to Mandy, who's shown great kindness, and the team at the cafe, and also Steve today as well, man. Thank you so much for the kindness and helping me and Marcel out and fixing the trike for us. Appreciate that, man. Blessings from King David. Okay, let's get into it, man. Law. So check out this. Love, peace, save lives. Put your weapons down. Barbarians who took over Rome. Okay, you got X. Tav. 2017 solar eclipse. 2024, my birthday, April the 8th. A song from the living creator. Webster's 1828 dictionary definition of what American is: a copper-colored tribe founded by the Europeans. Christopher killing Columbus took Lewis to Taurus. A Paleo Hebrew Aramaic interpreter. I'm the Messiah, man. I'm the reincarnation of David, King of Israel, the anointed one. My birthday, April the 8th. It's a sign, man. 2024 solar eclipse. And my dream of the anointing in 1996, as it speaks of in the book of Daniel, our historical document. Not to eat Chalmet. I'm dyslexic, autistic, and ADHD, so please bear with me with my reading. After midday on the 14th of Nisan, Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 3. To count 49 days from the time of the cutting of the Omer, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15. To rest on Shabbat, Leviticus 23, verse 21. Okay, people. Praise higher for the perfect law, which is not done away with. I've got some notes which I'll read from now, which is to do with Rome, Esau fighting the Israelites, man, Jacob. Okay. The siege of Jerusalem in 70 CE was the decisive Roman victory, that's Esau victory against the Jew. So the Jew-Esau war lasting roughly 5 months from April to September, led by Titus. 4 Roman legions, approximately 48,000 to 70,000 troops, surrounded the city to widespread famine, infighting, and the eventual destruction of the Second Temple. Commanders Titus, that's Rome, Esau, commanded the siege. Jewish, so remember, Rome is melanated, so this is our twin brother. Esau is melanated. Okay, I want to show you how we got took over by melanated people, man. First, and then the barbarians came and took over. Esau commanded the siege. Jewish factions include Simeon bar Giora, John of Giscala. The conflict. The Roman army blocked all the exits, leading to a catastrophic famine inside the city, which was packed with Passover pilgrims. Internal strife. The Israelites were deeply divided, often fighting each other and destroying their own food supplies, which weakened their defenses. Final destruction. The Romans broke through the wall, and on August the 30th, roughly, the temple was set on fire, eventually burning the entire city to the ground. Aftermath. Over 600,000 to 1 million Jews were killed, and roughly 100,000 were captured and enslaved, marking the end of the Israelite uprising. Revolt origin. The rebellion began in 66 CE due to high taxation, religious tensions, and corrupt Roman governance in Judea. The destruction of the Second Temple, a central institution in our Israelite life, led to a massive shift in the way we were meant to serve higher, ending the sacrificial laws and leading to the rise of rabbinic pagan ways instead of following higher's instruction. The Ark of Titus in Rome displays the spoils from the temple, including the menorah. The fall of Jerusalem did not immediately end the conflict, as the final fortress at Masada did not fall until 73 CE. Contemporary historical account, the primary source for the siege is Josephus Flavius, an eyewitness who described the famine, infighting, and total devastation of the city. The profound trauma of the 70 AD likely influenced or was interrupted through apocalyptic, likely influenced or was interrupted through apocalyptic writings such as 2nd Ezra 3 to 14, which discusses the destruction of Zion and the temple, often interpreted as looking back at the Roman destruction, though set during the Babylonian exile. Also, the apocalypse of Barak details with the losses of the temple and the theological crisis it caused. And if you know Mark of Sinope's words, the author of the New Testament, a Roman, he wrote about the destruction of our temple in Matthew 24 and Luke 21. Okay, people. Next, we're going to do Papa Ball. So it's 1451, September the 21st, Roman Pontifex Nicholas V, relieving the Dukes of Austria from permitting the Jews to dwell there. Okay. Permitting the Jews to dwell there. And then we've got the human rights, Article 9, protection of religious and non-religious beliefs. Article 14 requires that all the rights and freedoms set out in the Human Rights Acts must be protected and applied. The ECHR, European Convention on Human Rights. Any breach of your human rights, you can take your issue to the ECHR High Court. One of the breach, I like to give examples. A couple of examples I'll give is police brutality towards us prisoners of war, because we are the true nobles and sovereigns, and our people do get killed by Babylon, police force set up in the 1700s to stop runaway prisoners of war. That's a breach, man. They use the KSQV Act 1666, yeah. The birth certificate is a fraudulent document, man. And also another breach, which has affected loads of people now, people of all nations, is the wicked jab, the Luciferian jab, which is just it was just whipped up really fast. Don't forget they use aborted fetal cells in a lot of their vaccinations, the snake and a rod. And don't forget, man, how many people lost their lives by listening to poor medical advice. How many people are now deceased, understand, or living now with an amputated leg because of blood clots, and some because of radiation exposure from the 5G towers. And they pretended there to be a fake illness, and people trusted them and fell for it. And people had to hold funerals, and for loved ones, man, and buy flowers and wear suits, man, to these funerals, man, and they had to mourn their loved ones who are now been murdered, man, by the world governments, man, who encourage people to take a poisonous vaccine, man. Do you understand? That's really bad. That's a big breach. Right. Next. So law, Torah, Papa Ball, human rights, Truth Pack. Please go to Israel's Edit King David Mystery Facebook. Don't start King David. Here we go again. Let him get it out of his system. Anyway, go to WikiLeaks Vault 7. Sorry about this, people. Go to WikiLeaks Vault 7. Even if I laugh, that's good, man. WikiLeaks Vault 7, yeah, the government have been found to be tampering with people's devices, man, especially mine, the one who they have an operation against, COINTELPRO, Prevention of a Black Messiah, man. in Prester John, the ruler of the three Indias, man. The Portuguese were searching for me for 400 years. The fountain of youth, man. Come and follow me, and I'll take you there. Do you understand? You can heal, man, for real, man. No bathing like being baptized. I mean, like be baptized, yeah, in the waters that will heal you and take you back to youth, man. Do you understand, man? Watch, man. I'll take you there. Go to Ministry of Justice YouTube. Learn for free. Take a pen and paper. Learn for free. Go to Zedekiah King David Ministry YouTube. Learn for free. All the lessons. Learn for free, man. Isaiah David Sweet Singer of Israel. Facebook, yeah. Learn for free. King 85 David Chosen YouTube. Isaiah David 45 TikTok. Okay, book highlights next, and then history lesson. And then we're done. Probably going to be 2 parts, okay, people. So it's taken from this book here, the book highlights. The Flat Earth Conspiracy, but it's no conspiracy by Eric DeBoy. Page 182 if you've got the book. Although they're trying to hold the living creator, okay, Lucifer, the morning star, man. Although it is cloaked in the guise of science, the theory of evolution is nothing but a deceit defended only for the benefit of materialistic philosophy, a deceit based not on science, but on brainwashing, propaganda, and fraud. The theory of evolution is a theory that fails at the very first step. The reason is that the evolutionists are unable to explain even the formation of a single protein. Neither the laws of probability nor the laws of physics and chemistry offer any chance for the fortuitous formation of life. Does it sound logical or reasonable when not even a single chance-formed protein can exist, that millions of such proteins combined in an order to produce the cell of a living thing, and that billions of cells managed to form and then form them generated fish, and that those that passed to land turned into reptiles, birds, and that this is how all the millions of different species on Earth were formed. They have never found a single transitional form such as a half fish or half reptile, half bird, nor have they been able to prove that a protein or even a single amino acid molecule composing of a protein could have formed under what they call primordial earth conditions, not even in their laboratory equipped uh, uh, elaborately equipped laboratories have they succeeded in doing that. Haran Yah, the evolutionist deceit. Darwin's theory is a concept that concerns not only biology, chemistry, and astronomy, astronomy, and metaphysics, but actually formed the basis for new political outlook as well. Within a very short time, this new progressive political attitude was refined as social Darwinism, and as many historians have suggested, social Darwinism became the ideological basis of fascism, com- communism, and eugenics. Darwin's ideas of natural selection and the survival of the fittest were central to the insane ideologies of many of the 20th century's worst mass murderers, including Mayo, Stalin, Lenin, Trotsky, Marx, and Pol Pot. Charles Darwin himself was a blatant racist who elucidated in his book The Descent of Man how blacks and aborigines, due to their inferiority to Caucasians, would be done away with by the civilized races in time. Oh, wow. The Freemasonic records state that Charles Darwin's grandfather, Erasmus Darwin, was a philosopher, scientist, and physician who advanced ideas on the evolution back in the 18th century before coming to Derby in 1788. Dr. Darwin had made a mason in the famous time immemorial lodge of Canning Gate, Kilwinning, number 2 of Scotland. He also maintained close connections to the Jacobin Masons in France and Adam Weishaupt Illuminati. Sir Francis Darwin and Reginald Darwin, 2 of his sons, were also made Masons in the Turin Lodge in number 253 at Derby. Charles Darwin does not appear on the rolls of the lodge, but it's most likely that he did, that he, and like his grandfather, part 2 coming up.